Hello students, I welcome you all in your history class. Students, as we live our life in the present and we read about the happening around the world in newspaper or we watch TV news to know about them. We do not usually pause to think about the longer history of these events. We see changes before our eyes, but do not always ask, why are things changing? Very often we do not even notice that things were not the same in the past. History is about tracking these changes, understanding how and why they are taking place, how the present world in which we live has evolved. Students, in previous classes, you have studied about the ancient, the medieval, and the modern periods of Indian history. In next 2 years, you will see how the story of India's past is related to the larger history of the world. We cannot understand what was happening within India unless we see this connection. Liberty, freedom, equality. Students, you are quite familiar with these ideas. As our Constitution has granted us liberty of thoughts, freedom of speech and expression, equality before law. Do you think these ideas have history behind them? Yes, these ideas also have history. The history can find its origin in French Revolution. This revolution led to the end of monarchy, means it led to the end of the rule of king and queen. It ended the society based on privileges. This revolution ended a society where some sections enjoy certain benefits by birth. It gave way to new type of governance like republic, democracy. It declared the ideas that individuals should be treated same. All should have same rights. These notions of equality and freedom emerged as the central ideas of the new age. Now let's begin our first chapter, and that is the French Revolution. Students, by looking at the title of the chapter, two questions arises in our mind. First, what is a revolution? And second is, where did it occur? Revolution means a political upheaval in a nation which bring a great change. In simple words, you can say a sudden big change, especially one that causes a lot of trouble. And second thing is, where was the location of the revolution? This revolution occurred in a European country known as France. Students, these days France is in news due to the spread of coronavirus. There is a place shown in the map. That place is Paris. You all know that Paris is the capital of France, like New Delhi is the capital of India. This place, Versailles, is the place from where the revolution was started. Students, it is quite clear to you what is a revolution. Revolution is a political upheaval in a nation that bring a great change. Okay? A revolution can bring sudden changes by overthrowing the established government or system by using force and bloodshed, means by killing or harming the people, like French Revolution. A revolution can also bring slow and peaceful changes in a system without harming the people, for example, Industrial Revolution. French Revolution. French Revolution was the mass uprising of the people of France against the policies of the monarch. In France, people started fighting against the king. Do you know who was the king of France at the time of revolution? Okay, I'll tell you. The name of the king was Louis XVI. Who was the ruler of France during the French Revolution? Louis XVI. Yes. The people started fighting against the king because his policies were not in favor of people. No one was allowed to oppose the king. Harsh punishments were given to people who goes against their power. So people were fed up with the policies of monarch and started fighting against them. The revolution was started on 14th July 1789 with an incident known as storming of Bastille. Students, there are some reasons behind every event. Lots of incidents happen at the time of that event, and every event has some consequences or results. For example, in class 8, you have studied that there were some political, social, economic, and religious causes behind the revolt of 1857. Lots of incidents took place during that event across the country, and you have seen there were some outcomes of the revolt. For example, the shift of power from the hands of company to the British Crown. Similarly, there were some social, political, economic, and other causes responsible for the French Revolution. Students, we will discuss these causes in next video.